Good morning, guys. Welcome to GoOnlineTrainings.com. I want you to introduce today one of my student, Mr. Sathish, and he's from sales background to software engineer from MBA, passed out in 2019, and he wanted to share his success story. And he completed Power BA and along with SQL Server and SSIS and in the month of December, and within a month's time he is able to crack four interviews with the 10 lakhs of salary packages, right? One is the TCS, and then I think some other companies also, and he got two offer letters already and two offer letters yet to receive, and from very very poor family, and where no proper communication, no proper support is given, and no proper teachers are available. But only thing is that he has the confidence that he can crack the interview in IT industry and he can get into IT industry. But what is missing? The proper guidance and lack of support and the lack of good knowledge. So what to start, what not to start, where to learn. Many people are saying you learn this, you learn that, you do this. It's end of the day you can learn anything. That is not important. What is important, do you get a proper guidance or not? If you have a proper guidance, you can learn anything. You should be able to easily crack the interviews. He's from sales background, MBA background, 2019 MBA passed out, and with the help of these experience, he's able to crack four interviews within 1 month's time. Today we are in month of January. Now he got already two offer letters and two more offer letters yet to receive. So according to him, so he says that whatever we are teaching, especially SQL Server, you need to focus much more. And after that, project is important. Whatever I'm talking about, in that he's able to complete the project and got lot of interview questions. Tell me about your project. Tell me about your challenges. Tell me about your dimension tables and fact tables. How are they linked? What kind of a schema you have? What are the issues that you faced it? So lot of things, questions you should be able to answer because he has done the project and he has done a lot of case studies of SQL Server and he practiced a lot. And after that, daily videos, he will take the notes and do the more and more revision. So according to him, 60 to 70% of interview questions asked from the SQL Server, and again SSIS and Power BI and SSRS also 30 to 40% data warehousing concepts. So whatever we are teaching, that is more than sufficient according to his point. So we met him the last Saturday, and he does not take any proxies and he does not, paid anything extra for anybody. Only he has attended the classes, and with the help of, our videos and knowledge and, thorough practice and do the lot of revision. His background is getting 19 after his MBA degree, he got into a company and working as a salesman. But since he's from BSc, maths background and MBA background, he wanted to go into IT industry. But what is missing? He does not have a proper guru and a proper mentor. So fortunately, he is able to watch one of my video in the YouTube. That is ways, that is where he decided to join and go online trainings.com. That is where, he thought that I would get proper guidance, and definitely this is the path I need to choose it. So I will open, I will ask him to share his, a success story to us, so that, some of us, who's not getting proper motivations, or people who are having a lot of fear. So from BA, BCom background, can I get into IT industry, or I am not able to, get lot of salaries, and how to proceed further? What is that you're going to be, learning, or what is that you have to prepare to get this kind of a jobs? Not only one job, four offer letters, he is received. So that is what is the beauty about it. Let me ask him to talk to you directly. Satish, congratulations once again. So please share your success story.
Yeah, sir. Good morning, sir. Good morning to everyone. First of all, thanks to Bhaskar sir giving this, inviting me this room. And also, yeah, my name is Sathish. Recently, I got the two offer letters from different companies, and also to waiting for the two offer letters. So actually, I put my resume the SSIS developer, but 60 to 70% questions they are asked only regarding of sequels and sequels and also the and also SSIS and also data virus. And when I because of this opportunity I got this kinds of opportunity getting only for I am practicing more case studies, school case studies, suppliers and Indian banks. More and more number of times I did the case studies and also the practice more times in project of SSIS. So these kinds of when I did extra these two things, so I cracked the interviews very quickly. I attended only 4 interviews. You will believe or not, I don't know, but I attended only 4 interviews in last. Got in that I got 3 interviews. Because of that, the practice is more did in a sequel, and also as well as I completed a project of insurance. One of the insurance project of Sathish in this institutions. It is a help to more. And also, in case anybody you go the Power BI and in SSIS, definitely they are expecting they will ask the questions sequel more. So it's one of the important point. And they are asking different kinds of but in SQL mostly they are asking that about the joins regarding subqueries. So actually in subqueries and derivative tables and CTA tables, what is the difference between these things? So can I write the CTA tables and derivative table? These kinds of please give me they're given some different tasks and some scenarios. So please write this thing in different 3 ways. Like derivative table, how do you write? CTA table, how do you write? So and also they will ask in SQL they will ask the store procedure more because of I think maybe in that the Bhaskar sir all told me in classes 60% of the work we are doing the in store procedure. More times sir, as you said, the interviewers also ask the questions about the store procedure regarding of instead of functions and views. They're focusing on the stored procedures, and also they will ask the what is the times size, and also actually I put my resume in I am developer, but they will ask the production server. So you have an idea about the production server in case you are working in production server, you have some idea. So in that time also they will ask how much of data you are getting from sources. So how much which connections is more you are getting the sources. And also the you tell me about something for an example scripter you are using. Okay, so scripter, so this kinds of that in that time I feel like I'm act as a professional employer. I am actor. So in that time when you are going to an interview, first of all you have to train your mind also. So I am not a fresher, I am the employer, I am a 3 years of experience. So these kinds of things before attending an interview, I feel inside my I stand in front of my mirror and say that I am the employer, 3 point of year experience. When I total interviews, I feel like that in case anything they will ask, I say act as a I have 3 point experience. So in case for an example, you don't have any idea about that question. So in that situation, I say, sir, actually I have that concept in that, but in this crisis, I limited times only we attended this concept. In case any .NET, in case we are using script component. So in that situation, is a complex operation, we take an assistance from .NET, VB.NET, system. In this kinds of situation, when I explain that persons, they are so much impressed me. And before I'm only given only 2 things suggestion to everyone before going to doing hard work, very hard, doing the repetition, doing the hard same hard work, and believe only one before going to only one thing. First of all, you have to change the mindset. I am when you change your mindset and when you go with confidence, definitely you got the interview. Thank you, sir.
Okay, yeah. Tell me about your education background. Where are you from, basically, Satish? Are you from city or from village? Which part of the country you're from?
my village only 200 houses is there. So I came from remote location, small village, but I
Okay.
don't have any idea about that technology, and also and total education also completed within the nearby colleges within the surrounding. But when I try to change my career, when I see in your video in YouTube, I change. This is the good platform. This is the my mentor. This kinds of mentor I didn't meet and before my career. So I believe that I believe and follow that.
So, are you from Telugu medium or English medium
Yeah,
background
Telugu
student?
Telugu medium.
Telugu medium background.
2000
Yeah.
డిగ్రీ వరకు నేను తెలుగు మీడియం సార్. ఎంబీఏ
Hmm.
వచ్చే ఐ కంప్లీటెడ్ మై ఎంబీఏ ఓన్లీ ఇన్ ఇంగ్లీష్ మీడియం. సో ఫ్రమ్ ద బిగినింగ్ టు డిగ్రీ
Hmm.
ప్యూర్ తెలుగు మీడియం.
So, when did you complete your MBA?
2009 2017 to 2019.
19. After that, you worked for a salesman, is it? So, you said,
Yeah, when I was in student in MBA, that time I got opportunity from some MNC company. So
okay.
as a sales, but after that I realized that this is not my future.
Hmm.
So after that I have to choose change to career.
So, 2019, you have joined as a salesman, getting 25,000 rupees per month. Nowadays, a 10 lakhs package. So completely as he said, how you shift yourself, right? So people are there to give you the coaching. People are there to give you, a lot of knowledge. But end of the day, you need to open your mind and you need to, imbibe the technologies and the skills, and anybody can get into IT industry. I told always, right? You're from a diploma background, or you're from, IT background, or from non-IT background, BA background, BCom background. It doesn't matter today. Today, if you have experience in one application, you should be able to easily crack into, get into IT industry. So even though you have 10 years of gap, 15 years of gap, doesn't matter. Many companies are, opening. So people from sales background, they can understand IT industry last 10 years is giving 25% CAGR in the, the share market. 25% CAGR, it is not a small amount. No other, if you think about FMCG industry plus pharma industry in India, FMCG plus pharma, when you compare their revenue, their profits, their goals, and that is lesser than the Indian IT industry. Indian IT industry 1.4 times, bigger than FMCG. So that means we're talking about Amazon, Flipkart, whoever it is, plus complete pharma industry. So when you compare with that, IT industry is 1.4 times, bigger than that, according to, white oak surveys, right? So it is very, very big industry, and much more people are able to get into IT industry because nowadays, writing coding is not important. And one more thing, because of COVID, lot of companies wanted to be there in the online, so they need to have a application support. Without that, they cannot run the business today. So think about some movie industry, the completely Netflix, OTT platform. Think about any industry, FMCG platform or pharma industry. People hesitate to come into online. They are forced to come into online, do more and more business. So this is the time IT industry needs more and more IT guys. And unfortunately, European countries, or unfortunately the American country, does not have proper population, right? When there is no population, they have to look into populated countries like China and India, right? Unfortunately, many companies, many, enterprises are not believing China because of, the recent issues, right? Much more companies are putting their enterprise level, the business and budget into India. If you believe it or not, 47% of international companies are put up their, put up their, branches and companies in India, like very, very big companies like Amazon.com, Flipkart.com, thinking about, Google, Microsoft, Facebook. tweet, 47% of the companies, they have their office in India, and approximately 12 million people, 12 million plus people are working in the IT industry and IT services industry. And in the share market, you have a 25% CAGR, growing last 10 years. So it is not a small amount, right? So it is a big amount. And still, people are investing into IT industry because of this IT industry, grow, beyond any other industry. Clear? So thinking about Infosys, Wipro, Accenture, Capgemini, Cognizant, why suddenly there is a improvement? Why lot of openings are coming, even though you're coming from BA background, BCom background, and you have 10 years of gap, companies are ready to pay 10 to 15 lakhs of salary package for the 3 to 4 years of experience, guys. And you can easily get into IT industry. One more thing you need to remember: if you don't come now, because everything is getting automated, all the teachers are going to lose the jobs. Because don't think that even though COVID is not there, we are not going to go back to the before COVID situation. According to Mr. Rajan of TCS, he says that we never go to before COVID situation. We will not be able to. So companies are going to work with the remote, and complete business is going to be happening through online. We will not come back to the 100% employees will go to the office and work. That kind of a situation will not come in the future as well. Clear? They're very clear. So lot of things are getting automated, and lot of things, the salesman jobs are getting automated, back office jobs are getting automated, teacher jobs are getting automated. You will get the best teachers in the world through online with the YouTube and Byju's, this kind of a companies, Unacademy, Byju's, and Simply Learning. You will get very good major learning is going to happen from the cloud and online. Lot of e-commerce is already there in the online cloud. Lot of pharma industry slowly coming into cloud, and they're selling the goods, I mean medicines, and lot of e-medicine, e-commerce, e-education, e-retail. So whatever you think of, what e-banking, right? Whatever you think of is automatically coming into online. If you're working for a small company, if you're a small teacher, if you're a small, working for a small office, and everything will get automated. I have to tell you my story. GoOnlineTrainings.com is a small company where we are paying, a huge amount for the telecallers every month, 15, 20,000 rupees per one telecaller. You think about, if you have some 10, 20 telecallers, we have to make a lot of amount. But with a one small software, we paid only 20,000 rupees to the software. We reduced, the number of, employees from four to two. That means every month paying 30,000. If you minimum pay 15,000 rupees and 30,000 rupees, for two people, 30 into 12. So 3.6 lakhs per annum, right? Without paying 3.6 lakhs, when you introduce a software with the 20,000 rupees per annum, so whatever, those two people are doing, the software can do with that. So if I'm thinking about small company like me, think about a big company's banking, how much amount they are putting into the the employments. Instead of that, slowly they wanted to automate it, right? When they're automating, and we are the people, we will lose the jobs, right? You don't have much more opportunities. Then only thing is that, so wherever, because of which industry you're losing the job, in that industry you have a lot of jobs, right? So because of automation, many small people are losing their jobs. Okay, always you say. So what is the criteria to get into IT industry? Many people ask me, sir, I have a 10 years of gap, my age is 40 years, I have done my schooling into Telugu medium in 2006. Sir, I don't have a proper income. So can I come into IT industry now? So that is the motivation factor, because IT industry pay more. So when they ask me, sir, I don't have a proper income, I don't have a proper income, I need to take care of my family. That is when I say, yes, you are the right candidate to come into IT industry, because anybody can easily come into IT industry. So who can come into IT industry? That is the question, right? So anyone, who is not getting a proper salary, they're most welcome to come into IT industry. This is my prerequisite. So I never say you need to be good in mathematics, you need to be good in this, you need to be good in that. No, never. So only criteria, if you don't have a proper income, so you are the right candidate to come into IT industry, but don't go into broker's trap, right? So you pay, I will teach you SQL for 10 days. I will teach you Power BI for 10 days. You pay me for the proxy, and you get into IT industry. You don't go into that. So you need to take the proper instructor, proper gurus, and proper guidelines. And if you don't have a proper guidance, if you don't have it, definitely come into IT industry is very, very difficult. But when you have proper gurus and proper institutions and proper mentoring, if you have it, definitely you can come into IT industry even though you have 10 years of gap. Only one thing you need to understand. If you don't have a proper income, then definitely I'll say, even though you're 40 years old guy, and even though you're 2005 passed out of BA or BCom, doesn't matter today. Clear? Who can come into IT industry? People who do not have proper income, especially housewives, right? So they would have sacrificed after education completely, for their family. But now they have kids are grown up, they have some time, so that they can put the time into the learning. But only thing is that you need to have a good mentor. Otherwise, if you put the time into a broker hands, he will take your money and he will not give you anything. He always say, I have placed lot of people in the IT industry. This guy became like that, that guy became like this guy became earning crores of rupees. Nothing is going to happen if you don't have a proper knowledge. Okay, so don't go into that kind of a motivations, because wrong people, when getting into IT industry, even IT industry will shake, right? So IT industry is not a small industry. A 10 days when you learn a SQL course, or 10 days of Power BI, when you learn it, if you're easily to go and work for the company, why now? So people would have done long back, right? Why this much of education? Why we need to be there? Why we need to teach for hours together to give the knowledge? So it is completely useless if you're following a brokers, if you're simply paying for the brokers. So only thing is that proper knowledge, proper mentoring, and your goal to get into IT industry because your income levels are poor. And that is the beauty about IT industry. If you don't get a job anywhere, IT industry, where you should be able to get the job, right? So we will not be able to write groups examinations, we will not be able to crack RRB examinations, we will not be able to jump or run to get into Indian Army, right? But simply you can complete 3 months or 4 months of course under proper gurus and proper mentors. Definitely, even though you're a 40 years old with a 2005 passed out and 10 years you never worked anywhere, and you're working for a small company, right? You're working for a small business holder now, earning 20-30,000 rupees per month, and simply you can get into IT industry. You may take 1 more month or 2 more months extra, but at least 3 to 5 months time you need to have. So Power BI and lot of other courses like data analytics, IoT, blockchain technologies, and data science. All these are now going to rock for another 10, 20 years in the IT industry. Clear? But data science is so difficult. Don't go into data science trap, because learning machine learning is not so easy, right? So one of the guy, from Kaikinada, his name is also fortunately Sathish. He has started his career. He's from BSc stats background. Even this Satish also BSc as a stats round. And that Satish from Kakinada, he has taken first data science course, and by paying some 90,000 rupees to one of the institution. After learning data science, he told me, sir, it was very, very difficult to learn many things. Even though I'm from stats background, data science can understood by data science, a stats background guys. Even though he's from stats, but it is very difficult for him get into IT industry with that data science, because data science, machine learning, and it's very, very difficult. So don't go into that trap. So many companies wanted to promote a data science because they wanted to earn more money, because they'll say that is the hot skill. That is definitely hot skill, but it will not be suitable for you. Clear? Because it is 18 months or 20 months course. You need to have a regression practice, and very you need to have a research skills, and a very complicated software. So before going into data science, I always say don't go into data science. Go into data analytics. Data analytics where you have a BA technologies like Power BI, MSBI, SQL. You learn these kind of technologies within 3 to 2 months time, 3 to 5 months time. You can jump into IT industry. Later, you can learn machine learning and cloud and lot of other technologies and slowly move into data science side. So don't jump into data science. That is also one more wrong practice because people does not know anything. They'll see some YouTube videos and one YouTube video says that data science will give you high salaries in the world. He will open some website and the website will say huge salaries for data science and you think the data science where you will get the job. The problem is not with the data science, who's teaching and whether you're ready to learn the course and you have the prerequisite to learn data science is not 100%. You will not be able to go into data science. You will fail, right? So Power BI also you can learn anywhere, need not under my guidance, right? You can learn. The problem is not there in the course, the problem is there in the environment. What kind of a teachers you have, what kind of a mentoring they're giving, how are they coaching, are they taking care of A to Z. So here we are going to be giving you in depth of SQL Server knowledge, data warehousing knowledge, SSIS, Power BI. I asked Satish, even though you have attended Power BI, but in your interviews, you told them that you have worked for ETL and SQL. So you did not put much more, the points of Power BI. He told me, sir, I wanted to restrict myself. I don't want to put lot of technologies and get into lot of interview questions. I have restricted myself. I know more SQL Server and ETL and SSIS. That's it. And less into reporting. So that he restricted himself so that he can easily crack the interview. So I told you, right? SQL Server and SSIS, there are lot of openings only for SQL Server and SSIS. But when you say SQL Server and Power BI, definitely they'll ask you again SSIS as well. Clear? So according to the Satish, much more importance to be given to the SQL Server, and 60% of the questions are going to come from queries and temporary tables, CTE. How do you remove the duplicates? And again, store procedures and indexes. And in the SSIS, incremental loading, debugging, blah blah blah. What is the size of the data warehousing? Tell me, you know issues with the the packages and what are the issues with the project architecture. All these things you could cover when you do the project. So we have a real time project that you need to take and practice it without paying any rupee, any extra amount to proxies and other guys. You should be able to crack it completed in December, and today January. What is the date today? 20. He's able to crack 4 interviews within 20 days of time. Clear? So definitely two companies are already released the offer and two more companies from where yet to receive the offer. And that is what is success story. Clear? So tomorrow you can have your success story with the go online training support, and definitely you should share the success story, and you should support this kind of a teachers and gurus or mentors so that entire crowd will get help from this. And once more again, I wanted to congratulations to Satish, and not only to Satish, upcoming heroes, October batch, the November batch people. So mainly I wanted to see a lot of rural background people who do not have proper help, who do not have proper income levels. They are able to crack the interviews and getting into IT industry.
Thank you, sir.
That is where my success. I'm a good teacher, no doubt about it. So even though I teach very well, but end of the day you don't get a job means it is not very good thing for me. So end of the day, knowledge is should not be centralized, it should be distributed. So that is what I believe always. Because of that, I left my job, I came into the teaching field, right? So many people with a good exposure, they have to come to the teaching if you're a good teacher. Because if you have a good teacher, automatically the entire society can grow because of your teaching and your abilities. Clear? So even though I have
Good morning,
completed
Bhaskar.
the, yeah, tell me.
Sorry to trouble you in
Yeah,
between.
Naveen, tell me.
Yeah, Shivani got offer in Wipro.
Who's that? Shivani, excellent.
Mm.
Shivani, his wife, Naveen's wife, and she was my, I think, from June or July batch, right, Naveen?
Almost.
Excellent, excellent in a Power BI. So very good.
25
Congratulations to
lakhs.
her, Naveen. Very good. Thank you.
25
So
lakhs against Bhaskar.
Oh, 25 lakhs back is very good jump from 15 lakhs to 25 lakhs.
Mm.
And, she was telling me, Bhaskar, even though I studied SQL Server long back, but whatever you taught me, that kind of a lecture I never studied, even though she has a 10 years of experience in the IT industry. How many years? Almost 10 plus years, right?
Yeah, 13 years.
13 years, but into testing environment, not into Power BI and MSBI. And Naveen is my friend, and he only told her wife, Bhaskar is a good teacher. Blindly, you should, attend his classes. When she attended, she felt very happy after 13 years of working exposure in Tech Mahindra. And she works as, I think, a team lead, right? In Tech Mahindra in the testing, right? So from that background, too, now she is able to crack the interview. That is definitely good. So people are changing from one platform to another platform. One is that they wanted to be into new trends, new technologies, because new young generation are learning new technologies. When you join any company 10 years back, you will have only old technologies. Like we would have learned, me and Naveen started their career at the same time, Naveen, right? 2000, right? You have
Those
done your MC in Bangalore. I was there in that time, Bangalore. So
in
we
small
started.
rooms.
Right, Bangalore, Venkatapura, where we met, right? So that is how we started in year 2000, and they were couple, these Naveen and wife, into Tech Mahindra for almost 10 plus years in Pune campus. And now they came out, they wanted to go into new technologies like BA and cloud, Azure, they wanted to learn in Python. But slowly it can happen. Slowly it can happen, not in the fast manner. So that's how they decided. First, wife came in, and now she has jumped in. Now Naveen again joined, even though he's my colleague, is my friend, because he would have met a lot of people, and he works as a manager in Tech Mahindra, right? So end of the day, they know many institutions, they know many guys. But even though he see the quality, the teaching ability, and because of that only he joined here. So what do you say, Naveen? Even though
Yes,
you're my
that is
friend and I'm your
100%
friend,
true, Bhaskar.
right?
Many videos we will get in YouTube, and many of my team members they suggested me to go this, to go there. But getting knowledge from one video is most important.
Right.
You can have a freelance in so many channels, but each and every video where you need to get the knowledge is most important. That we are getting one of the best mentor is absolutely my Bhaskar. I'm proud to say he is very good in teaching and point to point where we can get concrete information regards the interview. Bhaskar will provide everything.
So that is what is, about our courses. Not only the freshers, people already in the industry and with the 12 plus, 13 plus years, if it's have experience as a team leads and managers, they wanted to get the new technologies and go into new companies with the good packages. From, I think Shivani was getting, some salary, but now 25 lakhs is not a small amount, right? And even Naveen also wanted to go and he wanted to learn some more technologies because he's a manager in Techum. Now people can easily get into IT industry. After that, some people will stuck there, right? So that is happened to these guys. They stuck in the same company for 10 years and not much growth and not much technology improvement. So I strongly recommend once in at least 2 years you have to join the hot skills into the market, and with the proper institutions from proper faculties you can easily shift your career. You could be from any background, or you're stuck in some industry, you should be able to come out and get the new technologies, new learnings. And again, you repost your CV so that you can get into the ITs and with new packages and everything. All the best, guys. And if you have any questions, you should be able to ask Satish. No, Satish is available with you guys. Thank you so much.